Open your book to page 405. So today we're going to go over the ellipse and hyperbola when the center is not at 0, 0. Okay, so if you look on page 405, look at that in the middle of that page, the red box. So when you have ellipse, right? Normally, that's always ellipse. When you have ellipse, you have like x squared, and you have a squared plus b squared equal to 1, right? So notice there's no parentheses. So this is when center is at 0, 0. Okay? Now, when it's not at 0, 0, you're going to get x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equal to 1. So it's going to be very similar. So this one is when center is at 0, 0. This one center is going to be h and k. And then when you have so in this case, this is going to be in the x direction. So this is like the long way, right? Now when you go into the y direction, then you're going to get x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared equal to 1. Okay? But again, this is at 0, 0. But when it's not at 0, 0, it's going to have the same thing, right? So again, everything is all the same. It's just that you have additional h and k that you have to worry about. Okay, so this is for ellipse. Now for hyperbola, it's the same thing. For hyperbola, you got x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equal to 1, right? Again, this is when you have a center at 0, 0, and this is going to open in the x direction, like this, right? Now, if it's not at 0, 0, then you're going to have h minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equal to 1. Okay, so again, this going to be open in the x direction because it comes first. Now, if it's going to open in the y direction, then you're going to have a y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equal to 1. So this will open in the y direction. Again, this is center is going to be at 0, 0. If it's not at 0, 0, then you're going to get y minus k squared over a squared minus x minus h squared over b squared equal to 1. Right? Again, so don't get freaked out. Okay, it's very simple. So, and again, everything you do before, right, you're going to do exactly the same thing, except now you're not going to start at 0, 0. And again, the key is your center. Everything you start with a center, and you get your ABC, and you can work out everything. Okay, so let's go over some examples. You can see that it is fairly easy. So let's go to example 1. It says find the equation of the ellipse having the foci at -1, 3, and 5, 3. The sum of the focal radii equal to 8. So that means 2a equal to 8. So right away, a equal to 4. Okay, so now you go ahead and again sketch it out. So first one is -1, 3. And the one is 5, 3. So -1, 3, 5, 3. So right away, first thing you need to do is you need to find a center. So you average the two, right? The center is always halfway between the two. So you average the two. When you average, you add and you divide. So 5 plus -1 give you 4. Divide by 2, you get 2. So your center is going to be right over here. So your center is going to be at 2, 3. So right away from here, your C is going to be equal to 3. Okay? And your graph, so this is going to be in the x direction. So right away, your format would be, so you can get your form first, right? So get your formula first. So this is going to open in the x direction, so x comes first. So if x over here, then y have to be over here, right? Your center is 2, 3. Now you have to watch your x and the y. So this is for the x, so it would be minus 2, and this would be minus 3 for the y. Okay. Now, the a is equal to 4. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's your a. So this would be your box. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be your box. So this would be the v. Okay. So the 4 is in the x direction. So you square that. 16 goes under here, right? So now you have a equal to 4, c equal to 3. Then you have to use the Pythagorean Theorem. Okay. So, oh wait, this is an ellipse, so you don't need a box. So your ellipse would look something like this. Okay. So plus. It's an ellipse, so it's plus. So now you have to use your Pythagorean Theorem to figure out the b. So use your Pythagorean Theorem. So it's b squared plus c squared equal to a squared. So substitute numbers in there. So b is what you're looking for. C is 3, so it's 9. A is 4, so it's 16. So b squared equal to 7. So put 7 over here, and then it's done. Okay. So again, what you do is start with your form, right? Start with your standard equation, and then just go and start to fill in. Okay. So let's go to example 2, and kind of pay attention to ellipse or hyperbola. Okay. So like this one, it tells you it's ellipse, right? So ellipse is plus. Right? If it's hyperbola, it's minus. Okay, let's go to example 2. Example 2, it says identify the convex. Convex means what I mean by convex is this. If you go to page 410, so you have a double cone, and when you cut straight through up and down, you get a hyperbola, like over here. If you cut at an angle, you get parabola. If you cut straight across, you get a circle. If you cut slanted a little bit, you get an ellipse. So this is called a convex sections. Okay? This is when you cut. So that's what I mean by that. Okay? So when they ask you for convex, that's what I mean by that. Okay, so you have the equation, got 4x squared minus y squared plus ax plus 6y minus 1 equal to 0. So you need to go and complete the square first. So plus 1 on both sides. So you're going to get 4x squared plus ax, leave a blank, plus negative y squared. Always put a plus between the group and make a negative go along with that group. Okay, plus 6y equal to 1. The next thing you have to do is you have to factor out whatever is in front. So that's a 4. So factor out the 4. This one you have to factor out the negative. So make sure you do that so you can keep track of the sign. If you don't, your sign is going to get all messed up. Then what you do next is you get your perfect square. So you're going to get 4 parentheses square minus parentheses square equal blank. Okay, so now you're going to start to work these things out. Okay, so from here you're going to get x. From here you're going to get plus 1. And then from here you're going to get plus 1. So over here, notice there's a 4 times, right? So you need to plus 4. Not 1, because there's a 4 over here. So 4 times 1 give you plus 4. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. Now let's go and do the y. So this one, you get y. From here, you get minus 3. So from here, you're going to get plus 9. But don't put plus 9 because there's a negative in front. So it'll be negative 9. So it'll be minus 9. And so you're going to end up with negative 4. Now you have to make it into standard form. So you need to go and divide this by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. So you're going to switch these. Okay, so you're going to end up with y minus 3 squared over 4 minus x plus 1 squared over 1 equal to 1. Okay, Again, because negative, so you have to put in the back, right? This is positive, so switch to front. Okay, so that's your equation. So now you have to draw that, right? So your center is going to be at -1, -1, 3. So your center is going to be at -1, 3. And your A, so A squared equal to 4. So A equal to 2. And the B squared equal to 1. So B equal to 1. Okay, so now let's go and sketch these things out. Okay, so center is at -1, 3. So I'm going to make a graph a bit smaller, run out of space. So that your center is at -1, 3. And the y comes first. That means you have to go, that means the graph is going to open this way, right? And so it doesn't really matter right now. That's going to get a box. So A is going to be 2. So go up, and you go up, go down 2. And B equal to 1. Okay, and so that is your box. And your graph will go this way. So that's the graph. Okay, but they ask you to find the F. So you don't have to graph if you want to, but graph it out. It helps you kind of visualize. So to find the focus up there and the focus down here, you have to use the A squared plus B squared equal to C squared. So you're going to get 4 plus 1 equal to C squared. So 5 equal to C squared. So C equal to square root of 5. Square root of 5 is about somewhere about 2.2 or something like that. So from here, so you have to go from here. Everything is start from the center. So you have to go up square root of 5. So label your point. This is -1, 3. So when you go up, that's a y direction. So you will be changing the y. So when you go up, you add onto the y. So the focus would be -1, 3 plus square root of 5. Right? When you go up, so it's y. When you go down, you have to subtract. So it would be -1 comma would be 3 minus square root of 5. Again, you start at 3. So when you go up, you add on to the y. When you go down, you subtract from the y. So that's how you label the points. Again, everything must base on the center. Everything starts from the center. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.